My point is, that's what the game is. The game is all about respect. And it's not even just about men and women. Society has always been this way. Since the dawn of time, since the dawn of human time, there used to be kings sitting somewhere in the Roman Empire, sending a letter on the back of a horse to Africa, threatening a motherfucker. And someone in Africa would read it and go, shit, I heard this guy's legit. You know what I'm saying? So the world has always been about respect. As a man, you need to be respected. And you're only going to be respected if you do things that people respect. And most of the time, those things are on the other side of fear. We talk about the world we live in today and the problem with girls, etc., etc. The real problem with the world is that there's an epidemic of cowardice. Men are cowards. We have an epidemic of cowardice. Everybody is so fucking afraid. It's on the other side of fear that you're going to garner the respect of other individuals. You have to do things that they're afraid to do, meaning most likely you are also afraid. I've done a bunch of shit I was afraid. I was afraid 87 times before I got in the ring and cage. It's scary, right? I lived a scary life. But by going through all of that, I am now respected. You have to learn to face your fear. I'm not saying not be afraid, because that's not brave. If you do something and you're not afraid, you're not brave. You have to be afraid and do it anyway. That's what courage is. So I'm not saying you can be as scared as you want, but you still have to go. This also ties into why you need to curate your reality. I'll give you an example, man. Everybody around me is brave. I don't hang around with cowards. You have to understand that I've curated my reality to the point now where I can only make the bravest decision because everybody I speak to is brave. There's no bitchness in my realm. I'm rich enough that everybody I correlate my existence with, everybody I conversate with, is saying do the brave thing. There's literally no realm for being a coward. So how can I be the only coward in my peer group? Am I gonna be the only pussy amongst all the men I talk to? No. They say you're some of the 5 people you spend the most time with. So even if you're sitting here right now and you know you're a little bitch, why are you not hanging around with brave men? Because there's a magical power amongst men. And it's a magical, everybody around me is brave. I don't hang around with cowards. You have to understand that I've curated my reality to the point now where I can only make the bravest decision because everybody I speak to is brave. There's no bitchness in my realm. I'm rich enough that everybody I correlate my existence with, everybody I conversate with, is saying do the brave thing. There's literally no realm for being a coward. So how can I be the only coward in my peer group? Am I gonna be the only pussy amongst all the men I talk to? No. They say you're some of the 5 people you spend the most time with. So even if you're sitting here right now and you know you're a little bitch, why are you not hanging around with brave men? Because there's a magical power amongst men. And it's a magical power which has been forgotten and lost. When you put enough men in the same room, there's a transference of energy that makes us feel invincible. I say all the time, your friends should bring out the worst in you. And when I say the worst, I mean, you know, when you're with your boys and you're loud, and you feel aggressive and you're about it and you'll talk to that bitch, who cares if she says no? They bring out the worst in you because you don't give a fuck anymore. Because what used to happen evolutionarily is when large groups of men got together, you charged at the enemy. That's what you did. You ran at the spears. Even in World War I, World War II, they ran at machine guns, screaming over the trenches. When men get together, there's a magical force that makes us feel brave, makes us feel powerful. So you should be around other men that make you feel that way. There ain't a bitch alive who can drag me down. You can't make me sad. I'm with my team. Then I'm gonna go up to my boys and go, well, you know, she had nice tits, man. Do you understand what I'm saying? Yeah. So most of these pussies are hanging around pussies, wondering why they're pussies. You deserve it. You need to curate your reality. You don't even need to be brave enough to become brave by yourself. You need to be around men who are already brave. And you need to have enough self-respect to not embarrass yourself like Tommy Fury, like a little punk. You understand what I'm saying? You need to stick to the game. But this is the truth of the world we live in now. We live in a world full of cowardice. It's cowardice. Let me tell you about the best player I ever met. Have I ever told you about Luke the Man?
No.
Oh, you know about Luke the Man?
Yes.
Luke the Man.
The story.
Luke the Man.
Okay.
Right. Luke the Man was the best player in history, right? He was ugly. So ugly. He was from the Ivory Coast Republic. African guy. Spoke no English. Fresh off the boat. Bluetooth headset. Flip-flops in the winter.
Fresh.
Niggas go here, bro.
Fresh. We used to call him Fresh. I'm sorry, because we were like, you're fresh off the boat, bro. When did you get off the boat? Because he used to wear flip-flops. It was like, it's freezing cold.
Like the fucking video.
We're like, why are you wearing flip-flops?
Wait, hold on, stop giving you, man. Give me a break.
So my brother used to work back in the poor days. My brother used to work in Pret, which is a sandwich store, like a McDonald's in England, right? Yeah. And Luke the man used to work the till. And every time a beautiful girl would come to the till, Luke the man would say, "Hey, baby, you're such a beautiful girl." And he'd talk to her and say, "You are so beautiful. This is for you. This is a present from Luke the man." And he'd just give her order. So I don't know what the present was, bro. Because it was just her order. You ordered coffee. Here's your coffee. It's a present. But you still had to pay for it. So he used to pretend he was giving her something. And he used to mack it on every girl. When I say every girl, please do not underestimate. Every single woman.
Even those
old, fat, young, hot, didn't make it. If you were a female between the age of 18 and probably 48, he tried.
Even those fat bitches that interviewed you.
All of them, yeah. Even the police officer Dykes, he would have tried. He was Luke the man. And I knew him because I used to go see my brother at work. And I say, "Luke, why do you talk to all of them? Some of them not even hot." And he had the most African reply. He goes to me, "I'm a businessman. I got business plans." What does that even mean? Doesn't even mean anything. Anyway, so he was doing this for a long time. Me and Tristan used to make fun of Luke the man. He was like, Luke the man thinks he's a G, but we used to make fun of him all the time. Then one day, after 5 months of Luke the man's bullshit, he came in one day with naked pictures of a 7. She wasn't hot, she was a 7. Yeah. But Luke the man's a 2. He works in a sandwich store. He doesn't speak English. He has flip-flops on. And he banged this 7. And he was showing me and Tristan with delight. "I am Luke the man. Businessman, business plans, businessman."